So our next section of notes, spring tides and neap tides. You should have watched the little video that I linked, giving a little bit more explanation of that. And please answer the question that was below these videos so that I get the understanding that you understand why there are two high tides and two low tides in a day. So the spring tides and the neap tides, those happen typically twice a month. So it goes along with the moon cycle. Spring tides occur during a new moon and a full moon. And they happen when the sun, moon, and earth are lined up. And I've got this little picture here, which I'm going to make big, and it'll mess up all my formatting, but we'll shrink it back down. So in the spring tides, you can see it's down here, you have the new moon and a full moon. Okay, obviously we don't have two moons. This is twice in a month. So beginning with the new moon, you have Earth, moon, sun lined up. And a new moon is when you don't see a moon. It's all darkened. And then when you have a full moon, they are again moon, earth, sun lined up. Well, then you have the gravitational poles really working together. You have the pull from the moon on either side and giving the bulge on the other side. Well, the sun also does have a gravitational pull. So that's what you see here where it says solar tide. The solar tide, since it's working in the same direction or even in the opposite direction, is adding to that lunar tide, which you see the term down here. So it's making the tides bigger and smaller. We call that the tidal range. Okay, so at spring tides, it's when you have the moon, earth, and sun lined up at a new moon, or again at the other side, when you have the full moon, they're lined up as well. So like I just said, that is when you're going to have the greatest tidal range. You're going to have high tides and low tides. Okay? The neap tides are at the first and third quarters of the moon. Guess what we're learning about next? The moon cycle. It's when the sun and the moon are at right angles. Okay, so again, back to my picture. You have the sun here, the earth here. Well, then at the first quarter moon and the third quarter moon, they're actually working against each other. Okay, so the solar tide is pulling this way and the lunar tide is pulling this way. So they're kind of working against each other. So you're not going to have as big tides here. Now the solar tides really don't make that as much of a difference as the lunar tides because the sun is so much further away. Okay, but here they're opposing each other really, the first quarter moon and the third quarter moon, and your tidal range is going to be smaller. It's when you have the smallest tidal range. So smallest. Okay, we'll be learning about tidal energy, but that's not until next week. Right now, we're just focusing on the tides, how they happen, why they happen, and the different names for the tides. So I hope that this helps. Please continue to send me your comments and questions, either email or the comment sections on the Google Classroom, so I can help you with this. But at this point, we have everything filled in from tides, spring tides, neap tides. And then you should be looking for some sort of like a quick assessment, Google form, maybe on Tuesday of next week. All right, thank you.